students, Prof.
Okay.
Coming from 9 countries. Yeah, but of course, the international students very few. Most of them are domestic students, and they're coming from 20s. The domestic students coming from 27 universities in Indonesia. Yeah, it's quite diverse. Yeah, from Udayana, Bali, Hasanuddin, Universitas Sumatera Utara, Jambi, UIN. Oh, so many students. Alhamdulillah.
Anyone from my university?
From Syakwala, ya, Prof, ya?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Last year we have, last
Okay.
year we do have, Prof, a student from Syakwala, but not this year. Maybe next year. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now it's 9:30 already. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Not good afternoon. Good afternoon for Prof. Indra. Prof. Indra is from Australia, and then good morning for the rest of us. Yeah. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you today? Alhamdulillah. Now we are in the third day of our summer course program. Yeah, and this is the first session of our third day of the program. Our speaker now is Professor T.M. Indra Mahlia. T.M. Teku apa nih Prof M-nya nih?
Teku merah.
Teku?
Merah.
Oh, Teku Merah Indra Mahlia. Prof. Indra Mahlia, I call him Pak Indra. Yeah. Prof. Indra is a distinguished professor at the School of Civil and Environmental Engineering in UTS, University of Technology, Sydney, just like ITB in Indonesia, yeah, and a highly cited researcher in the field of engineering. Professor Mahlia is a core member of the University Center for Technology in Water and Wastewater, and his research interests include sustainable energy and fuels, renewable energy, techno-economic analysis, and life cycle cost analysis. He is involved as a researcher in more than $5 million projects funded by various sources. Wow. He is listed as a highly cited researcher in engineering by Clarivate Analytics from 2017 to 2020. My God, 5 years consecutively. And a field leader in sustainable energy, engineering, and computer science in a special report published by the Australian in 2019. He was appointed as a professor at the Department of Mechanical Engineering at the University of Malaya, Kuala Lumpur in 2009. And his publications include more than 350 journal articles. I don't know how do you manage it, Prof. My goodness. 350 journal articles published, yeah, proceedings and research reports, of which more than 300 are in WAS and Scopus Index. Masya Allah. Yeah. Very amazing, Professor. Okay, Prof. Indra Mahlia, time and place is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Apart from the introduction, it's actually I graduated from Syakwala University, and I got my PhD from master and PhD from University Malaya, Kuala Lumpur, just 30 minutes from my hometown. Then become they appointed as a professor in 2009. I am not a bright student, but willing to learn. And in 2018, I was invited by the University of Technology Sydney to become distinguished professor here. They provide PR for the whole family, and now already I think 4 years here. And the husband of your moderator who helped me to settle down here in Sydney. Thank you. And our presentation today is about my the area that close to my heart, which is renewable energy, which is I developed this thing is actually for my hometown universities, my universities using a software called Homogrid. Okay, the title of my presentation is renewable energy and its impact on the carbon emission of campus grid connected hybrid renewable energy system. It means this in the campus here, we use renewable source of energy, for this case, wind and solar. Then, because in the tropical country, usually wind speed is not enough, and sometimes this the energy generation is not enough. So it is still connected with the main grid of electricity, right? I don't know why I cannot this. All right. Can you see the slide? It 2 slides or 1 slide here? You can.
Yeah, 2 slides.
Two slides.
Slides,
How
yeah.
to do this 1 slide?
2 slides, but small slide is just the next slide, right? In the at the right side, Prof. That's I think it's okay. Oh, you want to make it with just 1 slide?
1 slide screen. I want to make it 1 single slide.
Excuse me, sir. I think I can help you.
Please. All men.
Same with me.
You can right click.
Right click.
Yes.
Then
Hide presenter view.
hide present. Oh, thank you very much. You're a genius, man.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. As you know now, global warming become the international issue where the temperature of the earth increase up to 1, and in next 100 years maybe become 2. And this one of the solution that we can how to say, we can provide for the country, not only for energy generation. Actually, renewable energy can also use for to generate a clean water. For example, using reverse osmosis. So many things can do using renewable energy, and can force the circular economy to work in the country like Indonesia, where the source of energy to do a circular economy coming from renewable energy. And the other thing, maybe we can sell for the renewable energy can be transferred or transmitted to other country with less renewable energy sources. The only problem now renewable energy is storage. That's a big problem. The energy is enough for the country, but the storage up to today, the commercial storage only battery. So that's the thing that since Indonesia is one of the source of the material for battery, maybe this become a big economy in the renewable energy. And the current trend, the other current trend is unlike in a long time ago where the country we develop a very complicated system that connected to like Bali and Java, connected for the whole country. Now trend is to develop the microgrid where the house can develop. Now my house, even the house of Dr. Melanie, we have a solar panel in our house, 5 kilowatt solar panel, and we pay electricity maybe like my house only $30 per month, because of we generate our own electricity, and but we still connected to the main grid, to main power. And this is the grid where if you can see here, the grid now Indonesia is like this. But in the future, some of the place in Sydney, especially in small town, they already have microgrid, which the town or the village generate its own electricity, or the farm generate its own electricity and distribute it. So global transformation of electric grid is from bulk electricity system to a microgrid, a small grid. What does this microgrid mean? Microgrids include multiple generations and storage resources that continuously provide energy for a specific application. Multiple generation means it's so many sources of energy. Can be biomass, can be like solar panel and wind, and Indonesian right now very popular is what we call this from geothermal. A microgrid can also be connected to a large grid or operate independently without the need of the main grid. So you can develop this grid in small island, which are already calculated for a small island in Aceh province that called which facing the Indian Ocean. The population of the island only around 500. But yes, because of the price of electricity in Indonesia quite cheap, which is around 800 to I think 3,000 rupiah per kilowatt hour. It's a bit difficult to develop the renewable energy, because of still the price of the renewable energy quite like solar panel and wind turbine still quite expensive compared to our income per capita. The main reason for microgrid includes improved resiliency, economics, clean energy mandate, which is every country now has to follow, like Kyoto Protocol now, the current COP17 in Egypt, where the country need to reduce the significant amount of emission and fossil fuel. This example of microgrid. The microgrid range from size of 2 kilowatt, which is in 2 kilowatt to 3 kilowatt is actually around 10 to 15 solar panels on the rooftop, to over 100 megawatt size of a big wind turbine. They comprise any combination of the following technology, which is wind, solar panel, generator, control, storage, electric load, and grid. Grid is actually when the renewable energy is not available, then we use energy from the grid. Grid can be generated using anything like coal and oil and so on and so forth. For Indonesia is an archipelagic country located in South Asia, lying between Indian Ocean and Pacific Oceans, which is it's actually very huge country, about 5,200 kilometers. It's actually from Tehran to London, which is how many countries there? But so many countries, very huge country. And from east to the west is about 1,760 kilometers from now north to south, which is consists about 18,000 islands. And there are still numerous islands without a stable electricity supply in Indonesia, as you know, including in my province. So many islands still no electricity, especially the island that the population that less than 500 or 300. This the electricity and energy mix, electricity mix in Indonesia, as you can see here in 2000, I think this one 2019, where mostly we use oil and coal for energy, the whole energy, not only electricity. So we use oil 34% and coal 37%. This oil due to the transport sector, and renewable energy only 9% from the first pie graph here. And for electricity only, we use only about 12% of renewable energy, oil 4%, coal 61%. So mostly coal, which is one of the highest emitter of CO2 emission for power generation, and for and based on this, 9% of renewable energy, only 2% solar energy, 3% wind energy. Mostly we use geothermal. So we are blessed with geothermal actually. One of the country with very high geothermal that can be used for electricity generation, maybe second after New Zealand or the US. So the objective of this calculation is to encourage the use of renewable energy in the country as replacement of coal, gas, and oil, and to conduct a techno-economic analysis and optimization of campus, which campus selected here, University of Sekolah, connected to solar PV wind turbine using HomerGrid. This HomerGrid actually is a software, commercial software that are available, and you can use it for 3 weeks free. You can download. It's the sister of the Homer Pro. It's free. If you want to try to only for 3 weeks. More than 3 weeks you have to purchase it, but not very expensive. To create the objective is to create a critical mass which the future generation can learn and contribute to the society. The methodology, this HomerGrid, the HomerGrid was developed, as I told you, developed in 2018 as a more efficient way for modeling hybrid energy system. Hybrid energy system means this the source of energy more than two sources of energy, can be from diesel, wind, PV, and so on and so forth. System and analyzing solution for lowering electricity costs for grid connected system. Grid connected means even though we use like our house, even though we use renewable energy as the energy sources, but our house still connected to the electricity from main grid. The elder sister of software is Homer Pro, which have been used widely for the techno-economic analysis of renewable energy simulation for standalone system. So there are two software here. The first one, HomerGrid, for grid connected, the system that still connected to the PLN in Indonesia, and the Homer Pro for standalone. Standalone means for independent island, for remote island, for remote house, for remote farm, and so on and so forth. It is a powerful tool, integrates engineering and economic data into a single model, allowing the complicated calculation to assess a self-consumption, value demand, charge reduction, and energy arbitrage quickly. User may analyze the several component design output and to find the cost effective. Sometimes the system, when we propose system, when it optimized, they will drop some of the system that we propose. For example, if battery very expensive, so like Indonesia, for example, compared to the price of electricity, the battery is quite expensive. So the system will propose to use electricity from grid rather than we buy the battery. It also replicates the real-world performance to help the system designer and optimizer make better decision. So this is Homer Grid. The first one, what we have here, the software design, the first part is project input, which is must have the load profile. Load profile means when we use electricity and how many kilowatt hour we use the electricity per hour. I will show you later on. And then site-specific resources. Site-specific resources, why we need this thing? Because the solar energy is depend on the latitude and longitude of the place. Wind speed and solar energy is depend on the longitude and latitude of the space. So that's why we need to. And then we get the data from the NASA available here. Then we use the data for electricity to simulate the electricity generation using the system components like that. System component we select, for example, the wind turbine, the solar panel, and what else? This hydropower and so on and so forth. Then we put the data, then we calculate sensitivity analysis. The sensitivity analysis means the price can be the price of fuel, the price of coal, the price of the oil. Unlike in Indonesia, here in other countries mostly, except Indonesia and Malaysia, the price of the fuel keep changing. Now, like now in Sydney, the price of the what we call this petrol is close to $2 per liter. Before Dr. Melanie live to Jakarta, is $1.5. It's keep fluctuating. It's that one of sensitivity analysis. Then optimization means the comparison between the price and the electricity generation. So which one to use, whether to buy electricity from the grid or we use the battery to store the electricity, and then we simulate. Then the result will be plot or including the system sizing. How big is the solar panel? How many kilowatt hour? How many panel? System sizing, performance detail, the efficiency, and so on and so forth. Then financial and other various reports. So the required data for this for the system, I will run the system later on if we have time. The required data including location, specification. Why we need this? Because we need longitude and latitude for the solar, whether in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere. So then we need the wind speed for the location. And the data required to modeling is the average electricity load. The load means the kilowatt hour, the kilowatt electricity used in 24 hours for average per year. Then based on that, we calculate the maximum electricity load. Because we need to use the electricity from the renewable energy as high as possible, especially in percentage. And the daily radiation cleanness index at the location, mean in that particular latitude and longitude. And then the daily temperature at the location, because this one will affect the wind and the solar panel, the temperature. The temperature, the solar panel, when temperature is very high, it becomes inefficient. So it will affect the solar panel. And system architecture. System architecture means for that particular location, what we want to develop, whether PV, renewable wind energy, whether at the particular location there is a small hydro or what we call this geothermal and so on and so forth. Then how we do this? First, we start location specification, and we must have load demand for 24 hours, and we have the utility grid tariff, how much we pay for 1 kWh electricity. Then based on that, we develop the system, the architecture, how many solar panel, how many what we call this wind turbine, and solar wind temperature as input, techno-economic data like in what we call this solar economic data, inflation rate, this discount rate, and so on and so forth. Then we calculate the result, and we optimize the result. If we are satisfied, we calculate the NPC, net present cost, and cost of our energy, renewable energy fraction, and how much emission we save. But if we don't satisfy, we recalculate with another input. This location specification, as you can see here, it's actually in Aceh province in Malaysia. It's over here. This is here Shah Kuala University. Close to Shah Kuala University, there are man-made river. The distance from here to here is actually around 300 meters. Then we propose the solar panel in river bank here, and wind turbine here. About this is the university. Yeah, so very close to university. The plan somewhere around here. So based on this location, so location here, we find the longitude and latitude. So we get the data from an REL laboratory or from NASA. There's two choices there. So we select the data, but the problem for my case here, we select we don't have data for the load, for electricity load when we use the electricity. So what we use here, we use electricity bill from January to December to create the load based on the office occupation and student time. So this is the load as you can see here. This is from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. to 12 p.m. Yeah. So the electricity load here in the morning, then students start coming 8 o'clock, and the staff start coming in at peak at 9 to 5. Then they are going back only at night. They use electricity for the lamp. So the load profile is like this. So based on this load profile, we get the data first for solar radiation. This data is actually provided by the software. It's from NASA. Okay, the solar daily radiation and clearness index, and we have this. This is a clearness index. This is the solar radiation, and this is the temperature of the from January to December in that particular location. And this one monthly average wind speed, as you can see here. This one very low, actually very difficult to generate electricity using turbine when wind speed close to 3 meters per second. And this one very low, but the rest can be generated. And we propose the system architecture. This one from grid, from PLN, and the grid here. The university required about 2,500 kilowatt-hour per day, and peak load is about 331. It's actually based on system. It's based on this one. It close to 200% of the load here. This load to around 2,000. Around 2,000. So this one peak load close to 300 kilowatt. Then we propose a system here. PV, storage mean battery, and wind turbine, converter to convert. Converter mean to convert because PV generate electricity in the DC. So in the house we use the AC, so we have to convert it. And then the tariff from PLN. This is the lifetime, and this is the price of the capital cost of every for battery $300, all using the US dollar. For PV around 1,000 per kilowatt hour per panel, and this one the converter 300 per kilowatt hour. This is operating cost because for big solar panel we have to clean it. We have to pay labor for this. Storage about 25 per year, and for wind turbine a bit expensive, about 3,500 per year. And solar panel, the price of solar panel is actually fluctuate. If you only buy solar panel for 5 solar panel, this amount. But when we buy for 2,000 solar panel, the price will be reduced to 54% of the price, original price. This is the battery. Same goes to battery. If you buy the only 5 battery, it's 3,500. But if you buy the battery for large amount, the price will be cheaper, around close to 50% cheaper. Then the economic analysis that we need to input here is interest rate in the country. It's different for different country, and levelized energy cost of energy or COE, how much the energy per kilowatt hour that we pay, and net present cost of everything, service cost, which is the cost of after 25 years. IIR, return on investment, simple payback, how long the investment cost will pay back. And then currency. This one, the economic data input. Economic data input for the system. The currency here we use for 14,000 for USD, and nominal discount rate 6.6. Expected inflation 2.0. It's quite low because I use the data from the World Bank, I think, or IMF. Project lifetime 25 years. And after we run the software, that we found that for the investment cost, total cost, the using electricity from the PLN is cheaper actually. But in terms of cost energy, cost of energy using the electricity from solar panel, wind turbine. Sometimes we use from the PLN, and number of solar panels is 682, one wind turbine with 100 kilowatt, and 431 converter to convert the DC to AC. And as you can see here, the university can use 81 or 82% of renewable energy fraction. So only 18.1% the electricity used for PLN. So as you can see here, we propose the battery here, but when the system optimizes the result, the battery is eliminated from the system. So we propose here with the battery, and the final system is without the battery, because the battery, the price of the battery quite expensive. Yeah, here with the battery. Well, here with the battery and quite expensive. And the price of electricity, one of the highest in the system. And this is a system without the battery. The optimal system is without the battery. They drop the battery already by the system. And the detail of optimal system is without the battery. One unit solar panel, solar PV, utility. Sometimes we use the electricity from utility, system converter, 431 kilowatt. And you see here, electricity production from the whole year, mostly from solar energy, from solar panel, about this amount, and 300,000, nearly 400,000 kilowatt hour per year from wind turbine. We only use 226 kilowatt hour per year from PLN. So mostly we generate electricity by the system, by renewable energy system. This is the electricity generation here. This one for utility, from utility. But mostly we use from PV here. As you can see here, because of wind speed March and April, so electricity generated by the wind is lower here. So we have to use the more electricity from the PLN, yeah, from the grid, right? This is based on daily 352 days, yeah. You can see here 360. This what we call no electricity generated here, wind turbine. This is the cost of component. Most of the money goes to generic flat plate, because this is as the one that generate electricity actually, most of the electricity. And this one, the component cost, mostly capital cost, yeah, and mostly spent for generic for PV. Economic metric of the system, as you can see here, internal return rate of return is 4%, and return of investment 2.41%, and simple payback, we get back the money in 16.9 years, and annualize the electricity bill saving about $8,000, 8,693 dollars per year, and net present value 43, and annualized saving about $53,000. This is net present cost, and CapEx, capital expenditure 0 if we use electricity from PLN, and if we use electricity from renewable, we have to invest about this amount. And operation expenditure for this about this amount, and this one minus, and levelized cost energy, if we use PLN, 0.6 dollar, $0.06, but if we use from renewable energy, $0.0446. And we save the electricity about, or the CO2 about around 400,000 kilograms per year for that case. The conclusion, the study found that it is impossible to implement. It is possible to implement the renewable energy system generated by solar PV wind turbine system in public higher education in a low electricity rate countries such as Indonesia. The problem of renewable energy in Indonesia is electricity price is very, very low compared to price of renewable energy. The study found that it is possible for public institutions connected to utility grid, which a percentage of renewable energy production up to 82%. So it's like self-sustained. Proposing many renewable energy devices sometimes will only increase the cost when the electricity price are low, as for energy storage devices in the proposed system. So in this system, the energy storage is dropped by the optimization by the software because of the price. It's better to use electricity from PLN when there is no renewable energy. That's what it means. The main obstacle to implement of renewable energy in Indonesia is low electricity cost, primarily generated using cheap coal that is abundant in the country. Finally, because of the limitation of the software, the exchange rate, nominal discount rate, and the expected inflation rate were assumed to be constant, which is in real life is not constant, but we have to predict using artificial intelligence. It is suggested that in the future research, other type of software that can program for this type of calculation means we can change the interest rate, discount rate by yearly basis. Wisdom of two scientists, imagination is more important than knowledge, but I like the second one. It is not the biggest, not the strongest, but the one most responsive to change that will survive. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Indra. That's really impressive. Big applause for Prof. Indra. And nice quotes also. Okay, Prof. That's a very interesting research project, yeah, and multidiscipline also. It's a mix of engineering and also economic analysis.
Analysis, right.
Yeah. I think that you use a BCA, but benefit cost analysis, but for environmental project,
Right.
That's really interesting. I believe you guys have curiosity. Please, you can ask to Prof. Indra whatever you want to ask related to his presentation just then. I have one question here from Pak Tiki Rino. He is a PhD student in IPB, Prof. Pak Tiki, mungkin do you want to ask your question directly to Prof. Indra, or should I read it? Maybe you want to say hi also to Prof. Indra. Pak Tiki? Oh,
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Please, Pak Tiki.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Indra, for your excellent presentation. It is very new for me, but there is a question for me about the renewable energy. According to your experience, what kind of energy is good, clean, efficient, and can be run 24 hours? Is it PLTA, solar panel, wind energy, geothermal or any other energy? And the other question is there any waste from the renewable energy that are dangerous to our environment? Maybe that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Diki.
The first one, which one the cleanest energy for electricity generation? It's depend on the country. It's depend on the country. If Indonesia, I think this geothermal is quite promising, and but the investment quite expensive. But for Australia, I think solar and wind energy is the best, because solar here, the driest country on earth, the driest continent, and we have a plenty of solar, and wind speed is quite good in some places compared to Indonesia. And yes, there is waste for solar energy, for renewable energy, especially for solar energy and wind energy, and use only 25 years. And another problem is, I don't know why in some countries they really want to implement this electric car where the source of electricity is actually coal, which is car using petrol, which is cleaner than coal actually. The electricity, the emission of petrol is less than coal. So for PV, yes, and use of solar panel will have a negative impact to environment. But here in Australia, they already propose to recycle the solar panel, which is we don't have. And we recycle the electric vehicle, which is we still don't have. So when you think about renewable energy, it's actually do not only think renewable energy, but think about renewable energy as a force for circular economy, where to recycle the battery, to recycle, we use renewable energy to recycle this what we call solar panel, to recycle the end life of the wind turbine and so on and so forth. It's not only renewable energy. If not, it's become, after 20 years, this electric vehicle battery will be waste, will create negative impact to environment. Now, as you can see, even in my hometown, old car, they just put somewhere in the jungle, you know. But it doesn't impact the environment so much. Can you imagine if the electric car in water stream, where the battery is 200 kilograms there, it will affect everything. So you have, when you think about renewable energy, you think circular economy as well. How to make this circular, reuse it. That's my answer.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, we still have to be responsible, yeah, with the waste, and then
Exactly,
how it we can include it in the circular economy.
yeah.
That's really a good point,
And
Prof. Indra.
this circular economy, there are two things. This circular economy, and one is maybe IPP can do, which is a biological circular economy. It's a biological, mean from food, from waste. And the other thing is technical circular economy, from this battery, solar panel, wind turbine. So maybe that's a new area, new business. Maybe I will present next time.
Yeah, next year, Prof. Yeah, because it's very interesting. This is the first time our summer course having scientists from engineering.
Oh, I
Before it's
see.
economics, and but it's very interesting to know this kind of things. Second question, Prof, from Kasmiati from Universitas Sulawesi Barat. Ibu Kasmiati, or Miss Kasmiati, maybe you want to ask Prof. Indra by yourself directly. Hello, Bu Kasmiati. Miss Kasmiati.
Hello, Bu Melani. My connection is poor here in Eastern Indonesia.
Okay, I can
help me
read your question.
to ask.
Based on your
Okay, thank
research,
you.
what green energy resources, solar panel, geothermal, and wind energy are cheapest? And which do you think is the most capable in providing employment opportunity for local communities? This one, I will say solar panel. Solar panel, because other than solar panel, it's a big industry. For example, for geothermal, it's a big investment, high skill, but solar panel not very high skill. Anyone can, you have to attend course for 6 months and you can install the solar panel. And this for Indonesia, for providing the employment opportunity, solar panel. Wind turbine, you need skill because it's sometimes it's 100 meter stand and a very rural area. But solar panel you can put on the roof, your own roof. The second one, null to everyone. Prof. Indra, did your employee
We employ. Feasibility
study financial aspect on your research? Yes, mostly my area is life cycle cost analysis, techno-economic analysis. It depends. This when we talk about economy, it's depend on the country, the economy very different from the country to countries. Like for example, in Australia, where we consider solar panel very expensive, in Australia quite cheap. And government, especially in SW where we stay, the Tamilani stay, it's subsidized by government when we install it. They give money about 50% subsidized, right? Our solar panel,
right,
government pay first. So depend on the country.
Right.
Another.
Yeah, Prof. Indra. Yeah, maybe I can read it for you, Prof. Prof from Prasetya Irawan. 2 questions, Prof. We knew that renewable energy such as solar panel, but I have something in my mind. Is it possible to us to build a mega structure solar panel in desert land? Because it absorbs more sun than the other places. But okay, so it can deliver the energy to another places. Oh, okay. And second, what do you think about forest plantation energy to substitute coal energy in tropical country like Indonesia?
Okay, the first one, that Australia want to do actually. They generate electricity in the middle of Australian desert and export it to Singapore through Indonesia.
Oh, really?
You can Google now.
Oh, okay. How is technically it's exported the electricity to other country, Prof?
under with the cable under the sea.
Oh, all right.
You can Google now. The second one, what do you think about? I don't believe in this biomass thing, because I did my master in the biomass for electricity generation for palm oil industry. The problem is unlike other country, this tropical country always raining.
Yep.
And the fiber and shell they put outside, and it wet. So when we generate electricity here, we have to have the very big what we call container or place to put it for big power generation. In my case, for example, when it wet, raining like now, here raining. When it's raining, sometimes you add fuel. In your car, when you add fuel, will generate more energy or power. But when we use this solar, biomass. Sometimes when it wet, you add more fuel, but it doesn't burn. It's the power going down. And the other thing is, it's unstable. I know some of you, because I did research on biofuel for almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. But I don't think this biofuel will be a solution. Let alone biomass, which is not we have no big plantation. The only big plantation may be palm oil.
Yeah.
It's not reliable. That's what that is the correct word. Biomass for small power plant, okay, but for big power plant, I don't think so.
Yeah, not for big scale, yeah, Prof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting because IPB actually promote energy from biomass, yeah, pastiki, yeah.
I did it for almost, before I moved here. My research area is biofuel and bioenergy. I did my master on biomass.
Interesting, yeah. We should panel you with scientists from IPB, Prof. That will be very interesting.
Yeah.
It will be very interesting panel.
Just
then.
leave this forest alone and this jungle.
Right.
Don't disturb.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. All right. And is there
any more question? Anything you can ask me. Anything.
Yeah. Indra is the scientist, the expert of renewable energy. Yeah. So it's very, very much related to our main theme of the summer course. Yeah, and we have the expert now today. Yeah. So this is your opportunity, guys.
But like biofuel, become multi-million-dollar business.
Really?
But as you know, this electric vehicle will replace the internal combustion engine. Then we have to close this biofuel every short time.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Maybe Asif from Pakistan. Do you have any question, Asif, for Prof. Indra?
No, ma'am. The presentation was really good and very informative.
Very clear, yeah, very clear. Okay, yeah, but that's good to know that the Prof. Indra, this your university, Asia Kuala. So you did the research project for your university energy, and it's so it's still implemented till now, berarti ya, Pak? I
don't know. I give it to actually I did with the VC.
All right. Yeah. Okay, but because
but the investment quite a lot for the
of course,
for Indonesia. For here maybe we have solar panel up there. They just don't have place. If they have, they already put everywhere. For us, we have place everywhere, but we have no resources, no money.
Yeah.
But here, because my university in the city center, in central station of the Sydney, so we have no place to put the solar panel. We have solar panel here in my building, not so big.
Okay, so just use the normal electricity, Prof. Yeah, UTS, your university.
No, we use solar panel. But not as much as the
other
Western Sydney.
Uni Sydney, yeah. I don't know Uni Sydney.
No, Western Sydney. Western Sydney a lot.
Have a lot of solar panel.
A lot of solar panel.
Yeah. All right. Any other question? Maybe Chai from Malaysia, or if there is no more question for Pa Indra, then any? Let me check, Prof. Ifonia, no, they all, Prof, this online this
Oh.
online environment, they always off cam.
Chai from where? From which
Yeah,
university?
From Malaysia. From where? Which university? Chai Liting? I don't remember.
Dekat
Chai?
mana?
Hi, Prof. I'm from Malaysia, from University Malaysia Sabah.
Oh, Malaysia Sabah.
Yeah.
I have been there. Yang tepi laut tu kan?
Ya, tepi laut. Yang cantik tu.
My wife Malaysian actually. I have Malaysian PR.
Oh, I see.
Prof Indra is Indonesian. His wife is Malaysian, but
Orang
they are
Selangor.
Selangor, but they are now in Australia. Yeah, Prof Indra was a lecturer in Malaysia, then hijacked by UTS, hijacked by Australia, yeah. Because you already see from my introduction, he has so many research publications, very highly cited, so that's why Australia hijacked him. Indonesia,
I was with University Malaya for almost
University
20
Malaya.
years.
Thank you, Doctor, for the great presentation.
Okay.
Liting, you're PhD student, yeah? Liting or bachelor
no,
student?
Master
Degree. All right.
Yeah.
Where in the University Sabah?
Yeah, University Sabah.
Okay, how about Bu Made Sukartini? Ibu Made is a lecturer.
There's another question here.
Oh, okay, another question.
Can we implement a big scale solar panel generation in Flores? Of course. Do it.
Duitnya ya.
Of course. But Flores will use not much of electricity. You have to have cable below the sea to use it to transmit it to Bali. How can we achieve economic of scale of the basis of circular economy? Here there are two different things. Circular economy means to replace the current economy, which is take, make, use, and waste. Circular economy means one of example of circular economy, if we take from, for example, food to become food, like the easy way is biological circular economy from food waste. Okay, we use black soldier flies. Then we put egg there. Then they become larva. Then we extract the larva. The larva, we can extract fat from the larva. Then this fat can be used for another food, or we can use we can use this larva to become food for animal, for the pig, for the chicken. Then we eat the chicken. That's circular economy. And the same goes to the clothes, for example. From clothes, then we reprocess the clothes to become kapas apa dalam ni? Kapas.
Cotton, Prof.
Cotton. From cotton, then we process this one to become cotton again. reprocess. We use it the circular thing, that circular economy. It's not like there are two different things, but this renewable energy can be used to force this circular thing, to process this thing expensive, right? A lot of energy to change this thing, old clothes to become cotton again. We'll need a lot of energy, right? This energy we use, so renewable energy, that's what I mean. To reprocess solar panel, for example, need a lot of energy. So we use process high temperature to make it melt. So we use solar energy to process this thing, to force this circular economy thing. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Can they implement big? Yes. How can we achieve the economic scale as the basis of circular economy?
I don't know. It's not too clear for me. I don't know, Pak.
Yeah. That's two different things.
Yeah.
He misunderstood.
Maybe Pak Robi, you want to make it clearer, your question? Pak Robi Fauzan?
Okay, thank you, Prof. My point is, if we want to implement circular economy, it means that the implementation must be business makes sense in business terms. So if the adoption or the users are still in few are still small or not achieving economic of scale, how can we guarantee that they want to recycle if there are only fewer solar panels? It will, if the economic of scale are not achieved, then usually it is not efficient. Less efficient things will be
maybe I got it. Yeah, Robi Fauzan. So you mean that this circular economy is visible? It's not feasible for a small scale, yeah, for small scale. For example, for household. That's what you mean? For household.
Yeah. If the implementation are not widespread, we will still need to subsidize the implementation of solar panel in everywhere.
No, we do
and
it
also,
here. No, the problem is the policy of the country. If the policy of the country wants to implement, it works. Here, it works in some countries. In some countries, which is less fortunate than Indonesia, it works. In India, it works. For example, the one that the flower that through to Ganga River.
Okay.
So they take this thing to become perfume, like it works. But they have policy. If you depend on the linear economy, yes, like you said, it's the environment is not important as long as the benefit, the profit. If there is no profit, nobody will do. The circular economy is not about that thing. You have to start first. It's like chicken and egg. You make the economy first. Maybe you have to subsidize. Like here in Australia, it works. Yeah, it's a rich country anyway. It works like a building. Okay. We have bingo here. We have it works. It works initially by force, because here when you throw something, you have to. We have three bins here: red, yellow, and green.
Green, yeah.
So this green will go to the green thing, but it's actually they did it by force first. You have to do it. If not, they will sue you.
Yeah, that's the obstacle also, Prof. In our country, in Indonesia, even manage our rubbish, we can't do that. Yeah, even just manage our rubbish. Then
no.
So that's why
you can do that. You cannot. you cannot do because you don't sue. You saw tomorrow will be, they will do it. Yeah, everything if you do, if you don't do it, they deduct money from your account.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to pay, they deduct from your account.
Right. Incentive-based policy. Yeah. Find the people, then they will you know obey the rule. Yes, of course, always like that. Okay, yeah, Prof.
Yeah, you have to here in Australia, for example, when you pay tax, you have to upload your bank account. When they want to sue you, they want to fine you, they deduct from your account. So if law enforcement, if
Yeah.
no law enforcement, you cannot do anything.
Yeah, right. That's right, Prof. Yeah, you can't run from that. Yeah,
Mm.
just like in our country. Okay, Prof. Maybe this is the one last question, Prof, from Adinda Rizky. According to your conclusion, the main obstacle to implementing renewable energy in Indonesia is the low electricity cost, primarily generated using cheap coal that is abundant in the country. What are the obstacles that hinder the optimal use of new and renewable energy apart from this? And how the government steps should be to carry out a sustainable energy transition? The obstacles that hinder the optimal use of new renewable energy. Apart from
Right.
yeah.
That one obstacle because of cheap electricity price.
Yeah.
The second thing,
Mm.
I think in Indonesia, I don't know what happened. Plenty of sun, plenty of sun ray, plenty of the wind. I don't know what is the problem. Maybe the government is not with all means. You know what I mean?
Setengah hati, Prof.
Setengah hati, yeah. You have to implement this thing with all means. So you have to move to this renewable energy.
Yeah.
Whether you have to subsidize, you have to invest, but like we discussed earlier, this thing must create job. So you have to think along with this renewable energy will create job. Like you need to have the expert in the solar panel to fix it, to you have to have expert according to World Forum something, I forgot. This one of high paid job in the future is related to renewable energy, wind turbine technician, not engineer. So you have to have this thing, like you have to have the diploma in renewable energy technician, like the one we have in Australia. Someone will come and climb our roof and put solar panel. We don't have to pay anything, zero.
Yeah.
And then we have to pay the government subsidy, and then we have to pay the monthly. But the one that we pay monthly less than the price of we pay electricity. That's what happened to us. That's why here so many solar panels on the rooftop. First, they create economy to youngster. Second, they generate electricity which is connected to the grid. That's the way.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
The government must do it with all means. If not, you have to pay very expensive price for this what we call fossil fuel based energy. And the other thing is in developing countries usually we don't consider that the thing that infected health due to this solar, what we call non-renewable energy, like emission, like cancer be created by this emission in the city, and microplastic in the water. You see, like, let's say I'm telling you, I brought one of my former student. He become professor. Yeah, Susan Zilitonga. Wherever she goes, she always bring this aqua bottle.
Yeah, from a plastic bottle, yeah, Prof?
Where in Australia you can just put water tap and drink the water. But his mentality is still like,
Yeah, still habit, yeah, Prof?
Still habit.
Difficult to change habit.
But here they make it, the water can be directly drink, because you don't have to throw this plastic bottle to the water stream, which is microplastic. Later on will affect your health. It's proof already. It can be found in your brain anywhere. So this one actually, like, we don't consider this one in the developing country.
Right.
But here they consider, so they make that one clean. They don't have to pay the electricity bill of the population, because here the health subsidized, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's true, Prof. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the last question from the audience, Prof. Thank you so much, Prof, for sharing your knowledge, your work, your project with us today. And jangan kaget, Prof. Maybe you will be our regular presenter in our summer course in the next next summer courses, yeah, Prof. Because we need this kind of knowledge, yeah, from the hard science part of the world. Because lots of us here is from social science, Prof, like me, from economics. Yeah, this is very interesting to hear the work from the engineering field. The one that work with physically, not like us. Only analyzing data or some.
But without you, no money. We cannot work. We don't know how to count the money.
Okay. So
thank you for having me. See you.
Okay. So
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Prof Indra, thank you, Prof Indra. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My best regard for Ibu Yanti.
Baik. Right. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, everybody, please don't forget to fill in the attendance form, yeah. Okay, because once this session closed, then also the attendance form is closed, so you can't fill it in anymore. Okay, I already give you discretion for the first and second day, but starting today, please don't forget to fill in the attendance form. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, Muhammad, your question is too late. We already, Pa Indra already left, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, who said, if Prof Indra, you have any solutions? What government to reduce global warming is only solution? Government subsidies in renewable energy, blah blah blah. Sorry, Muhammad, you're too late. But I don't know. Maybe I can try to extend your question to Prof Indra. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget, in the next half an hour, we will have Professor Hermann Weibel from Leibniz University from Hanover, Germany. So please join again in the next 30 minutes. Yeah, in the next 40 minutes. Okay. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye for now. But see you again in the next 40 minutes. I will be your moderator again, yeah, for your facilitator again for the next session. Yeah, so don't be bored to see my face. Thank you. Bye. Assalamualaikum.